going on there, YouTube? This will be part 2 of the build series on the TA02 short wide. This step we pick up here with the front gearbox, and with the front end I've got some hop-up items that I'm going to be using. I'll go ahead and show you some of those now. Alright, so first up I have a vintage Tamiya front one-way differential. Picked this up on eBay. I think it was $25 shipped. I was wrong in the previous video when I talked about it. But I had one of these in my original TA02 back in the 90s. Next thing, I've got some GPM front steering knuckles. Just I always like upgrading from plastic to aluminum. These are should be the same. They're the same from the TA01s, the 2s, and the CC01s. And the last thing I have left over from my other build is the vintage urethane bumper for the TA02. I got this brand new in the package, and I put it together, stuck the foam on there from my other build, but I think it didn't clear the body that I was running at the time, so I still had that after I sold everything else. But other than that, we're going to get started. First step here is to build the Planetary gear, which we're not going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how this one-way diff goes in there. One thing to be aware of, these one-way diffs, they do only rotate one way. So looking at how it's supposed to go into the gear, make sure that it's going to spin the right way, that when right side up, it's going to turn the tires forward. I did that once long ago. I put it in backwards. It was not fun taking the entire front gearbox back apart. So, I'll go ahead and button this stuff up. And I'll put those little screws in, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so I'm just about to button up the front gearbox. I've got everything greased up with my lithium grease. I've got my front one-way in, all my bearings. And again, these bearings are included with the kit, which is a nice addition. There's the instructions for that one-way diff. They are just had it, that whole package and everything. It's pretty cool. Stuff's pretty old. It's what, around 20 years old. So let's see. I didn't use. I mean, the one-way diff comes with these gold outputs. The kit comes with hardened output shafts, but they are not made to fit into this. They're made for the Planetary setup, and they will not work with this one-way diff, so we'll have to keep running with these. Actually, these are even different. The ones on the rear are hardened steel, and the ones that come with the front, I just saw a second ago. What did I do with them? They're actually just standard chrome looking. So, oh well. Consider it an upgrade. Maybe. So the next step, I'm going to put this on, and then we start putting our front shock tower on, our FRP piece, and our upper control arms, and then we do our drive shafts again. So I'm not going to show you all that again. We'll skip ahead a little bit and pick back up after that. Alright guys, I'm wrapping up the front end here. I've got my aluminum knuckles on, and bearings are very snug. Just be careful when you're installing bearings into aluminum parts like that. I had to tap one out, and after it kind of started crooked, so I had to redo it, put it back in a little easier, a little more even by hand. One little thing, it does come with these little pink foam dots to go in your front output shafts. I guess because there is a little more movement in the front with it turning on your universal joints, and it could pull in and out, so it has a little extra cushion in there. But other than that, everything else is going together pretty well. It does say to grease our bolts that go through our ends of our upper control arms. I may not do that just yet because I do have some adjustable uppers coming. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use them on the front or the back. The neat thing about this kit, if you're looking at the rear gearbox here, looking at it from the side, you can see how far forward the arms come. Now you can flip all this around the opposite way and have a longer wheelbase. and I'm not sure if these arms are different than the standard TA02. The last one I did, I flipped the standard arms around and it fit my Amigo body, my Tamiya Amigo. It fit that wheelbase, and I think that'll be pretty close to this wheelbase. This one might be shorter, I don't know for certain, but there is a fair amount of adjustability, and you can do similar stuff in the front, not quite as drastic. You get most of your adjustment in the rear, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this front end up, and we'll come back. Alright guys, I couldn't resist mocking up with the FRP chassis plate. Since I've never had that part before, I'm excited to see how it all goes together. You can see I've got a wheel on here. Now what these are, I just kind of bought these on a whim. I had these on my previous drift car. It was old, it was with TT01 on a 3 Racing mini platform. So it was shrunk down in every way, but I ran these Staggered HPI Cup Racer Porsche wheels. They are pretty nice looking. They come with wheel nuts because it will not fit a standard nut, but it is a 12mm hex, so you can use them on anything. And I have ordered, these are 0mm for the front offset, and the rears I got are +6, so they're a little bit deeper dish. They still fit the same size tire. I haven't gotten them all in yet, and I did get the HPI Cup Racer drift tires, and the problem with these, they're kind of 155s, but they're slightly bigger. They're HPI's kind of own size, so you can glue mini MO5 Mini Cooper and Tamiya Mini Series tires to it, but they just don't quite jive right to me. But other people may be able to make them work. I don't know. I never really tried that hard because I would just buy the HPI drift tires and burn through them. So that's what I'm thinking for this Porsche body, more of a street tire as opposed to the big 1.9s that come with the kit. This is a more factory size. I don't know how the smaller tires are going to fit the body. I do want it to sit low. I want it to sit with a little bit of camber. I want to go for the drift car look with this. I don't have a clue how this is going to perform. My previous TA02 was set up as a drift car, but I never drove it. It was too pretty to drive, so we'll see how this goes. That's why I'm just rolling the can motor at first. I'm going to try to keep this basic. I do have a brushless setup, but my previous experience, my little mini drift car, it was just way too fast. I could burn through a set of tires on a 5,000 milliamp battery. Just one drive, 30-45 minutes, and it could burn down the insides of the tires. So I don't know if I want to go brushless just yet. I need to learn how to actually drift properly. Like I said, every drift car I've had before was severely overpowered, so I never really got the gracefulness of it. It was just kind of balls out, just hauling butt, sliding all over the place, having fun. But yeah, this thing's looking cool. It's really short. Bring you around the front here. You can see the front of everything. It yeah. Pull that tire up there. You can see the aluminum. Looks pretty good. I do like to upgrade it. That's part of the addiction with these on-road cars, is the upgrades. Just swapping out this and that, and adjustable uppers and aluminum control arms and stuff like that. Not that it's really necessary. These kits are pretty durable, especially this with the all the control arms, upper and lower, are that nylon. They're real firm flex, so they won't snap on you if you run into the wall wide open. At least not at first. So yeah. What else was I going to show you? I was going to put that vintage bumper up there. And it hasn't called to put this on yet in the instructions, but and it may not fit underneath the Porsche body. I don't know yet. We'll have to play it by ear, but just another cool vintage part I want to use if I can. So let's see what else I've ordered. I've got some aluminum the screws for the hubs. I don't know if I really need those. These look like they're hardened. They probably would work just fine. It was just one of those little things. I was like, ooh, another upgrade. It was cheap, so I got the tires and the rear wheels coming. I still haven't decided on how I'm going to paint the body or anything yet. Trying not to worry about that. Trying to just go with the flow and build the kit and enjoy it. I say there was something else I bought for it, but I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end this one. The next step will be shocks, which I just don't feel like messing with tonight. It's getting kind of late. I've been doing this stuff after work, so it's already 4 a.m. It's time to relax for a minute and head to bed. But yeah, anyways, we'll pick back up in the next installment. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.